presents Survivor Series.
Historic and exciting this event is, I unfortunately am choosing to add a sin early on instead of removing one. The sin is to the WWE themselves, because the 2011 edition of Survivor Series is literally the last time the company ever held a pay-per-view event in Madison Square Garden.
The most charismatic tag team of all time.
John Cena and The Rock have never even teamed prior to this event, as the tagline of the show is never before, never again. Those two are charismatic in their own singles careers and hardly had any tag team success, let alone with each other. So how can they be the most charismatic tag team of all time if they never existed before tonight? Also, WWE gets The Rock to wrestle his first match back since 2004 at this event rather than the big WrestleMania 28 encounter with John Cena. I get that we want to make sure Rock can still go prior to the false once-in-a-lifetime match, but the company is also taking a bigger risk at Rock potentially injuring himself. Not to mention, I'd rather keep asking myself if Rock can still go up until Mania itself compared to saying, oh, he still got it, never mind. Amazing as Awesome Truth have been, this match they're competing in really should have benefited them getting more and more of a main event push, especially since they're competing against John Cena and The Rock of all people. You can still promote Cena vs. Rock while also pushing Miz and R-Truth to higher levels, but sadly, this is the last night of Awesome Truth. Big shame.
And now,
Fun fact, WWE liked this song so much that they chose to make it the official theme song for WrestleMania 28 just a few months later. It's a catchy song, but repeating songs for several pay-per-views can get lazy. I'm looking at you, Money in the Bank. Either this fan behind the commentators did a great job at sneaking back into this arena after getting banned, or the security sucks at their job, or he's not actually banned and he made that sign to get himself intentionally banned. Holy shit, look at all those screens, I am tripping so many balls! Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Didn't I say that once before in a Sins video?
My 10th anniversary.
All right!
What's worse than John Laurinaitis promoting his 10-year anniversary of being in the WWE and annoying Michael Cole kissing his ass? If I have to deal with this version of Michael Cole again, I will... Even the production team was getting tired of Michael Cole being an asshole and quickly cut to the Spanish commentators to shut him up. Kudos. I gotta say, props to Dolph Ziggler because this is the second pay-per-view in a row where he's competed in 2 matches during the same night and still manages to walk out as United States Champion despite the bad odds put against him. The dude is quite the hard worker.
Kingdom on Skybox Office and
Poor John Morrison. In the last week of his WWE run, the crowd could care less because of Zack Ryder's popularity, thus he was put in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He's on Twitter each and every day.
See, even the commentators could care less about this United States Championship match because Zack Ryder is the most over wrestler outside the main event scene. The popularity isn't a sin. The sin goes to the commentators not doing their job at calling the current action. Popular as Zack is, this match isn't about him.
broke that losing streak. I'm all about giving opportunity.
Michael Cole just contradicted himself. He's praising John Laurinaitis for giving John Morrison a United States Championship match tonight, despite going on a near 2-minute rant about how ridiculous it was for him to get a US title match tonight. Sure, Vicky Guerrero's voice is loud and obnoxious, but John Morrison should know that Vicky is no threat and can easily be ignored by going back into the ring.
He's a political science and a pre-law major.
What the fuck do those skills have to do with Dolph Ziggler's performance inside the ring? Sure, it'll help him find work in case WWE doesn't work out, but how does that help him as an in-ring competitor? Michael Cole once again not making any sense here. John Morrison's slight delayed reaction to Dolph Ziggler's slap. I hope the distraction and the delayed reaction didn't attribute to John Laurinaitis choosing to fire him the following week.
These 2 young men. Look at this.
Whoa.
Nice neck break.
John Morrison calls that move the Moonlight Drive, but considering he has not hit the move in years due to it being countered all the time, it caused the commentators to forget the name. That's gotta suck. I'm actually surprised the referee didn't immediately eject Vicky Guerrero earlier when she distracted John Morrison. For the distraction, but mostly because her voice is annoying.
Was ready.
Oh my goodness. Zigzag.
That move is called the Famouser, Booker. Michael forgetting the Moonlight Drive is one thing, but the zigzag is Dolph Ziggler's finishing move, which he did not hit right now. I hope to God that Booker T doesn't believe that move was a chokeslam. Zack Ryder's appearance was basically WWE saying sorry for not having Zack Ryder compete in this match, here he is. So because Kelly Kelly's music is playing, does that automatically make her the leader of the Divas Lumberjill?
Alicia Fox, Caitlyn.
Justin Roberts could honestly just say the entire WWE Divas locker room and that's all we needed for the introductions, since it literally is the entire Divas locker room. That one sad moment when the Divas Championship scene only revolves around Beth Phoenix, Kelly Kelly, and Eve Torres. Natalya is merely hanging out while the rest of the Divas locker room at ringside is shit out of luck. Terrible times.
There's the power and strength of the
Literally, the first move is Beth Phoenix simply dropping Eve Torres, who manages to land on her foot before hitting the ground. I don't even think they're trying to hide them not wanting to be here tonight.
This could be it, which has become patented for her.
Since Beth was already trying to escape the pin, how did she not kick out before the 1 count, let alone staying down for a 2 count? I'm gonna push you off. Hold on a moment. I like dramatic effects, even when they make no sense. Lumberjack matches are stupid, to be honest. Eventually, everybody is just going to get involved. If you really want to keep these two in the ring, then simply put them inside a steel kit. Oh wait, this is 2011. The match was stupid and short, but the super glam slam from the top rope was an amazing spectacle to witness. At least it gave us a good ending.
And apologize to Michael Cole before you compete tonight.
Either this is David Otunga talking out of his ass, or John Laurinaitis sucks at being an authority figure, because CM Punk was given an order to apologize to Michael Cole prior to competing tonight in his WWE Championship match. CM Punk said no, and went out to compete anyway with no consequences by Mr. Laurinaitis.
Nice bow tie.
Don't you go talking about his bow tie! It was later revealed that The Rock was asking how much longer he'd have to stay posed in this position as it was going on for the past 30 minutes, but then the camera started rolling.
Hanging out in the back with Andre the Giant. Let me repeat that.
The Rock is awesome and always will be, but what's with repeating that he was hanging out with Andre the Giant? It's not like we didn't hear him the first time or don't believe him at all.
The People's Era begins tonight.
I thought it began when you returned at the start of the year and promised us that you were never ever going away.
And shoot it right up your ovulating lady parts.
The charisma The Rock always brings to his promos, man, like no other. I'll take off 3 cents because it is always hilarious to hear him roast John Cena even when he's about to team up with him in a match later.
Team Barrett.
Justin Roberts introduces Team Barrett as if the entire team was going to show up at the same time, but then was like, oh shit, when they entered individually. If you were to tell me that this guy was literally playing the role of Sin Cara about a month ago, I'd say you're crazy. This definitely was one of the weirdest character transitions, and this was all because Unico got unmasked. What would have happened to Rey Mysterio had he been forced to unmask in WWE?
Cody Rhodes no longer needs the protective mask.
Which kinda sucks because the mask gimmick of ugly Cody Rhodes was amazing, and as it turns out, all that was needed was for the mask to break, which makes me wonder how nobody else before Randy Orton managed to shatter it given all Cody's been through.
The most dynamic entrance since Booker T.
Haha, fuck you. But also, I wouldn't really say that because Sin Cara uses an obvious trampoline to jump into the ring. If he was actually capable of leaping that high into the air, then we could definitely call it one of the most dynamic and amazing entrances. Plus, I haven't been able to take it seriously when he botched it on his debut.
Now, Ziggler United.
Dolph Ziggler hits one single shoulder tackle on Kofi Kingston and immediately believes he has the match won. For a guy who literally competed in another match less than 20 minutes ago, I wouldn't be bragging like this due to my winded stamina.
Viper strikes. Airs at the other team.
Seriously? I gotta throw in 5 sins. No other member of Team Barrett even moved from the ring apron after Dolph Ziggler took the RKO. If they start complaining about losing a teammate after Dolph's elimination, that's gonna make no sense, since they could have easily broke up the pin at any point, but chose to stand around like statues. Apparently, the cameraman is also a member of Team Barrett, since Wade is allowing him to be a part of the huddle to discuss strategy.
Kofi and Sin Cara.
The botches finally caught up to Sin Cara as he tore several muscles in his leg. I honestly feel really bad for this guy, since he's botched nearly every match, never amounted to anything, and got injured at the first sign of improvement. The fans can't actually believe that Zack Ryder could replace Sin Cara in the middle of this match, right? Because if anyone can be replaced, who's replacing Dolph Ziggler after he got eliminated?
Randy Orton, who put 9 staples in Rhodes' skull.
I'm actually surprised Cody Rhodes didn't continue the I'm ugly, don't look at me phase after getting his head cut open by Randy Orton recently. Instead, he gets cut open and is like, I'm cured and I am hot again. Yay!
Big, you got that much.
Pretty much everyone refers to Mason Ryan as a discount Dave Bautista, so the first thing he does is Dave's signature shoulder strikes into the corner, complete with the twitching leg motion.
And look at a knee to the Adam's apple.
According to Michael Cole, the Adam's apple is located where your heart is. Wrestler is afraid of the bigger opponent, so they send in the smallest member of their team to take the fall for them cliche.
Rhodes got it.
Not even the members of Team Orton care when their partners are in danger of being eliminated, especially when they got a big powerhouse like Mason Ryan in trouble.
It takes him a week of sunbathing to turn white.
Sorry, Jerry, but the pale skin jokes on Sheamus got old all the way back in 2009. Not as funny today.
Power according to Irish law.
Honestly, if I were Wade Barrett, I would have taken advantage and stopped Sheamus from continuously beating on Cody's chest. And then I'm reminded that it's a Survivor Series match where the #1 rule is do not help your teammates and stand around like a dick. What's actually stopping Randy Orton from simply reaching down and tagging Sheamus right now? He's literally right there, yet Randy chooses to wait for him to turn around and try to tag him in when he could just tag himself in now. It is legal to do that.
That's it. He's out.
Boy, when you think about it, Team Orton was made to look like a complete joke this year. Very awkward given Randy Orton's amazing history at Survivor Series. Sin Cara botched himself to an injury, Mason Ryan was easily discarded by Cody Rhodes, Kofi Kingston was quickly put down, and now Sheamus got himself disqualified. Post-elimination assault.
He made a tag to Unico.
The Super RKO is always a great spectacle, especially when caught from the top rope. What a great moment, and sadly the only good thing in Unico's career next to portraying the Sin Cara character.
First of many title defenses.
Truthfully, champions should really not say that when they're about to defend their title, because it could very well be the last time they ever defend said title, as reality shows for Alberto Del Rio. While obviously done for show in case the ring breaks again, wouldn't the WWE crew members logically reinforce the ring on any occasion that two super heavyweights are going to fight, ring destruction or not? I'm just saying, that'd be a logical thing to do.
I still cannot believe what Mark Henry did to Daniel Bryan.
Knowing how much Michael Cole absolutely hates Daniel Bryan at this point in 2011, I'm actually surprised he's in shock at the assault Mark Henry gave him, instead of bragging that he rewatched it several times in the past 48 hours while aggressively masturbating. Probably because it's a PG show.
And there's the big what power.
How the hell is Mark Henry surprised that the Big Show can push him over like that? Mark may be the world's strongest man, but that doesn't mean he's impossible to push over.
Get disqualified. Go to show you.
I don't know what it is about seeing Big Show deliver an arm drag takedown on Mark Henry, but the great timing was so hilarious. When you see Big Show actually perform great wrestling moves compared to the usual big man routine, it's entertaining and hilarious. While the world's strongest slam is Mark Henry's finisher, when you see it connect on someone the size of the Big Show, it doesn't look that effective, sadly.
Look at the look in his eyes, right?
When you get the fans chanting for The Undertaker, who's not even present at Survivor Series, that's when you know this match is sadly boring. Unfortunate too, given this was the best match in the trilogy of world title encounters between Mark Henry and the Big Show.
Oh no, not again.
This superplex doesn't end up happening, but honestly, they really should have done it again. Especially when the WWE has been making a huge deal about the ring being reinforced for this match. Another massive superplex would be the true test to see if the reinforcements worked. Shame it doesn't happen though. What's about to happen is a beautiful spectacle, and I will get to it in a moment, though it takes nearly 2 entire minutes before it actually happens, and a majority of it is Big Show standing in one spot. Understandable given his size, but it really should have allowed Mark Henry to recover long enough to counter. The sight of Big Show jumping, literally jumping off the top rope for the elbow drop on Mark Henry was so awesome. Normally when the larger wrestlers do a high-flying move, they merely fall off the top rope, but to see Big Show leap off the rope at full force was mind-blowing. Great moment at Madison Square Garden with 5 sins taken off.
Big Show.
Remember when I took off those 5 sins for Big Show's amazing leap off the top rope? Well, now they're being put back along with another 20 because this was highly entertaining and it got ruined with Mark Henry getting intentionally disqualified. Anytime a champion gets intentionally disqualified, it ruins everything. Guarantee y'all agree with that. You know what's truly upsetting? Daniel Bryan does not cash in his Money in the Bank contract tonight. That would have made for an exciting Madison Square Garden moment. Instead, Daniel cashes in the following Friday on SmackDown just to get the decision reversed before ultimately succeeding at TLC. At least if he did it tonight, it would make up for the pathetic disqualification ending for this World Heavyweight Championship match. R-Truth tells Matt Striker to get back into the interviewing position, but then he and The Miz proceed to talk to each other as if Matt isn't even present.
In living color.
Hey, is that a CM Punk reference? Oh wait, this is 2011. He's still in the company on the full time. Forgot about that. Whoops.
Stop what me?
How the hell can you hear that? The crowd's not even that loud when they're saying what? R-Truth's got some deer hearing.
You know what those pigeons said to me?
Matt Striker doing a quiet imitation of a pigeon to R-Truth's sarcastic question may have been the funniest thing I've heard all night. Heel R-Truth is funny already, but when you add in Matt's fearful and quiet imitation, I gotta take off 3 sins.
Never received my one-on-one title shot.
To be fair, Alberto Del Rio did lose the WWE Championship the following month after cashing in on you, plus you got your rematch inside Hell in a Cell. A rematch is a rematch, doesn't matter if it's one-on-one or not, as the years have so graciously demonstrated. CM Punk already using extreme force in order to get his way. Would hate for that to be his ultimate downfall in later years.
Me and Del Rio were cruising around Times Square in it last night.
Bullshit.
Glad he's been on the treadmill. Stop the pain!
It's so good to see Howard Finkel even on a one-time ring announcing deal, but I absolutely hate the commentators for completely ruining the moment with their laughter, their jokes, and Michael Cole making fun of him for tearing up throughout. This deserves 10 sins for disrespecting a great legend. WWE security checks the contents of the signs brought in by the fans during this era due to the heavily enforced PG ruling. Any cuss words, references to the guy who died in 2007, or anything negative about John Cena is banned, but you're totally okay with bringing in a sign that refers to Mexicans as illegal aliens. Cussing, not welcome. Racism, completely welcome.
In places like Australia.
I'm pretty sure I heard Michael Cole mention these countries earlier tonight, but of course, 2 minutes into a match, it's difficult to talk about anything else. I'm honestly surprised it took the referee nearly 30 seconds before he started the count on Alberto Del Rio.
I can't believe the fake is trending worldwide.
Michael Cole's constant disrespect to Howard Finkel was something that even Vince McMahon backstage should have told him to stop doing in his headset. And why are we still doing the Michael Cole heel run after he got his ass handed to him several times already? Not to mention, he even apologized for his actions before continuing to bitch like it never even happened. Some would say the punch did not affect CM Punk because Ricardo Rodriguez is weak. I'm truthfully saying that Punk wasn't affected by the punch because Ricardo missed him completely and nearly messed up his wonderfully sleeked hair.
Oh, and there's Del Rio. Rodriguez does his job.
Ricardo Rodriguez's job is to be Alberto Del Rio's personal ring announcer, not his crash test dummy. Alberto ends up losing the WWE Championship to CM Punk anyway, but does Ricardo not realize that if he throws in the towel, that qualifies as a submission and thus causes Alberto to lose his title to Punk anyway? You know what? Go for it, Ricardo. Save your buddy.
Again, that's vintage Del Rio.
Alberto only started using the backstabber recently, Michael. Now, if his name was Carlito, then yes, it would be considered a vintage moment for him.
I can't believe Punk, kicked out of that.
Yeah, because Alberto Del Rio has totally defeated many opponents with the backstabber in the short amount of time he's been here in the WWE, Booker. I mean, every single time. While panicking at the possibility of Alberto Del Rio losing the WWE Championship to CM Punk, Ricardo Rodriguez noticed that part of the ring canvas was dirty and quickly cleaned the spot. Priorities, folks. Keep things clean around here. Because CM Punk shouted GTS as loud as he could, I think it's safe to say that he will not be successful in his attempt to connect a go-to-sleep on Alberto Del Rio. Just a small prediction. I could be wrong, but I won't be.
Del Rio's gonna steal it.
Commentator refers to a roll-up as, "Whoa, Alberto, what you doing exposing CM Punk's ass to the commentators for? That's disgusting, man." Normally, I'd playfully say got your nose, but instead I'm gonna deduct another 5 cents. CM Punk refused to let go of the Anaconda Vice, even despite Alberto literally ripping at his nose, his mouth, his ears, and his hair. He's like, rip my whole fucking face off if you want, I still ain't letting go. What an amazing way for Punk to win back the WWE Championship and begin his 400-plus day reign. I still hate the commentators for basically ruining Howard Finkel's return, but I still am removing 5 cents since he was able to announce CM Punk as the new WWE Champion with his legendary voice. Booker T mentions that he's on SmackDown as a counter to Michael Cole complaining about CM Punk representing the company as WWE Champion. Does he not realize that the brand split ended literally 3 months ago, thus anyone can appear anywhere now? John Cena and The Rock teaming up has the tagline never before, never again. They should really add another tagline in brackets underneath that says, unless we want to have them team up again because our minds could change in the future. You never know.
We're sick of being underutilized.
So watch us continue to be even more underutilized after tonight than we ever have been in the past.
It's the remix.
The Miz announces that the You Suck song is the remix, but then R-Truth proceeds to sing the same lyrics as he's done throughout the last few months. So what remix of You Suck are we missing here?
These guys put the suck in success.
Wah, wah. No doubt this had to feel amazing for the fans in attendance at Madison Square Garden to see The Rock perform for the first time in nearly 8 years at the same venue where his last match took place. Yeah, I know what I said earlier. Doesn't mean I don't think it was bad. In my opinion, the best part about The Rock's return is that WWE chose not to have him wait on the outside just to perform in the last 2 minutes of this 20-minute match, instead allowing Rock to immediately compete from the get-go so that we don't have to wait and see how he performs. Even after surprising Awesome Truth with some amazing moves, The Rock decides that now is the time to turn his back on the team and stare at John Cena. Bad idea given how dangerous the Miz and R-Truth have been in the last few months. The fans were hilarious with the "Don't Tag Cena" chant to the point where even John himself had to laugh along with it. Man, we're all having fun here tonight, aren't we?
Watch out. There goes Miz.
I think it's pretty obvious that John Cena intentionally did this just so The Rock couldn't get a pinfall victory, because why would he move to strike The Miz when the latter wasn't even doing anything to interfere at this point? The fans chanted "Don't Tag Cena" and ended up getting John Cena competing for 95% of the match. What a punishment to their desires, am I right? How anyone can chant "You Can't Wrestle" to John Cena is beyond me. But as always, a 5-sin penalty because that is absolutely disrespectful to chant at anyone. While the haters stuff their faces with popcorn and soda as well as debating about getting out of bed at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, these wrestlers bust their asses off Okay, I'm getting a little carried away here. Sorry about that. John Cena and The Rock spend more time taunting each other than they do for Awesome Truth. This match really did bury The Miz and R-Truth's amazing heel runs due to these two legends not taking them seriously and choosing to bicker with each other. If you're not going to fight each other, then pay attention to Awesome Truth. This is not fun at all, it's just sad. Literally half this entire match is Rock and Cena taunting each other, staring at each other, and ignoring their opponents. This match slowed down the momentum so much that even the commentators have nothing to say, not even a cringe reference or how many countries are watching the pay-per-view. And when the commentators got nothing to say, that's when you know there's a problem.
And hook of the leg, and again, Rock fails to help out Cena.
Well, there was probably 2 logical explanations for The Rock not trying to stop the pin. For one thing, it was a simple suplex. Even Rock knows that isn't going to be enough to defeat John Cena. And for the other, this is Survivor Series, the one night where every teammate doesn't stop a pinfall because they don't care about their partners. Rock is simply carrying on the tradition of the show.
Rock is a very selfish person.
Booker T calls The Rock a selfish person after basically kissing his ass the entire match. I'm assuming he wants to rekindle a feud with Rock to put himself back in the spotlight? Who's the selfish one now, huh, Booker?
The guy's a very selfish guy. He likes to win all the time.
How in the actual fuck is that supposed to be selfish? Rock is selfish because he likes to win all the time? Who the hell would not want to win all the time in wrestling, Booker? His commentary just got bad. Thankfully not 2023 levels of bad, but still bad. Also, with The Rock standing on the bottom rope as well as his hand no longer touching the tag rope, how would this tag be legal at all if John Cena successfully tags him in? Copy Rock infringement.
Truth and Rock outside the ring.
The Rock was already on the barricade well before his legs ever hit the ground, so this moment of him getting hurt was horribly done.
What on earth was that?
Well, that's what you get for taking forever to hit your leg drop, R-Truth.
I'm the one! I'm the one!
Well, it's safe to say that The Miz just cost his team the match as he has taunted The Rock instead of taking advantage of the opportunity. It was nice having you in the main event scene, but it's time to say goodbye to everything you built over the last year. It takes over 5 minutes before The Rock hits the rock bottom on John Cena, all because they play the who gets the louder chance game. It's a great moment in Survivor Series history, but man, does it take forever.